No, I think the motion was just to suspend it while we could review the vote portion of the voice recording.
Okay, because somebody used the word table.
Yeah.
That was your word.
The motion,
I said suspend and table.
that's what he said, which means if that's done, then that's off the agenda, and anything subsequently would be off the agenda.
That's correct. It can be brought back from the table at any point in time with a majority vote. But would you like to restate your motion, Mr. Smith?
I motion that we go ahead and suspend this so we can listen to the tape and move forward so we can have an accurate account of what took place in the voting.
Motion as amended. Is there a
Discussion.
second? I haven't got a discussion yet. There isn't a second. Mr. Bryan?
I'll make a motion that we take a vote whether we should table this or continue to talk about this right here. I don't think it's in the best interest of our group to just table this. This is a very important issue, and we should settle this right here.
First of all, you can bring your motion up in a minute, but there's a motion on the table right now, so that motion is out of order. But I believe the motion was just to take a brief, more or less a recess, so we could listen to the tape and decide it here at this point.
Point of order, sir. I heard Mr. Smith say table. There is a big parliamentary difference between table and recess.
The motion was amended with table omitted. It hasn't been seconded yet. Is there a second?
I second.
Ms. Fisher seconded.
Point of information.
State your point.
If this motion is defeated, can we make a motion to table this at this point?
If this motion is defeated, can we make a motion to table
Make any motion you want.
and not vote on bylaws?
Correct.
Sure, you can make any motion, sure.
Anybody can make a motion.
Make any motion you want.
Yeah.
Well, they told I could make a motion to accept it as written.
This has to go forward. The only question is that his original motion was seconded. It's not a big deal to rescind the second, am I right, Vanessa? And then rescind the motion, restate the motion, and then get a second session, and now it's up for debate.
I don't even know what you just said.
That is correct. It is currently up for debate. Yeah.
He restated his motion, so therefore it needs to be reseconded.
Right.
It was re-seconded by Kay Fisher,
Is not supposed
so
to
now
speak
it should be
by my
motion.
understanding. Aren't you supposed to direct the chairman on what to say?
That's correct.
Call the question.
That's correct. Point of order, will take. All right, we have a motion and a second to suspend our discussion for a brief time period to listen to the rules, to the recording. And make a decision and move forward. All in favor of that motion?
Point of information.
State your point of information, sir.
Who will be making that decision?
Well, that's subject to y'all's decision. I would think that if the Rules Committee that was there, Bylaws Committee that was there listens to it as a whole, maybe they can come to a consensus.
Makes sense.
Yes.
They have a minority for it.
Yes, there isn't.
Where is the recording?
But they're trying to watch
Who has the recording? You have it? Okay.
Who has the recording?
it. Does anyone have the recording?
You don't have it with you? Okay, then I guess
Let me restate.
Chair recognizes Ms. Knight.
In all the years I've been involved in this party, I have never, ever seen anything like this. This is insane. I mean, to disrespect somebody who's chairing a committee, I mean, he wouldn't have gone through, he wrote down, he gave you all what happened, he even told you the dates and times. I don't understand how we can just dismiss this person like he's not here when he's the chairperson of this committee and did all the work on these rules.
I understand your point of
Point of information?
Point of order.
You're not. I heard point of information.
my point of information is was there an official tape made, or was that an individual's decision to tape? That's the individual's personal tape, and how can we validate the tape? Was that an official decision by the committee to tape their minutes in their meeting? Or was that an
It was
individual?
late, as I understand it, it was laid on the table.
It's laying right in front
But
of
laying
it.
on the table had nothing to do with it. Is that an official tape of the meeting, or is that an individual decision? The tape is not here. How can we validate the veracity of the tape?
Well, if it's not here, we can't validate it.
I mean, even if it was here.
Point of order. If the tape's not here, it seems like a moot point, maybe we should move on. I'm not sure how you're gonna handle that. But I still will want to make a motion that we accept the report as written.
Second?
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to accept the report as written.
Point of order.
You have to vote on
Yeah, I
this
still have,
motion unless he withdraws.
I
Okay,
still
I'm
have the
sorry, that
motion.
motion, that point of order is,
Yes, too early.
motion a little too early. We still have the motion,
To suspend, but now since the tape is not present and we don't have access to it, it may be best to table it, because I think we do need to get an accurate reflection in the report. I was there, it was unanimous. Ms. Zarsky was there, she said she wasn't too sure, but all of us were there, said it was unanimous except Mr. Knight.
The chairman.
Point of order. This appears to me to be an attempt to quash, and I'd like to go ahead and make the motion to,
No, you gotta wait. There's
Gotta
a
wait
motion
till
on the
this
floor.
motion.
Gotta wait.
call the
I'm
question.
We need to call a question.
So a vote against the motion on the floor means your motion can be made.
Okay.
Right.
Call the question.
Stand at ease for a moment, please.
That's not a debatable motion. Call it a question. According to Robert's rules, you'd have to call the vote.
Yeah, they're trying to quash.
All right, back to order, please. This was not made for standing speakers, I apologize.
You can sit down. We don't mind. You got a mic.
I was supposed to stand, so.
No, you don't have to. You got a mic. We excuse you.
Relax. All right. Y'all insist.
Move to suspend the rules that the chairman stands.
Point of order.
It
Mr.
seems to
Vollmer.
be with this discussion, it seems to be, as I'm understanding this, there's two sets of rules. We have the one the committee passed, and we have a minority report set of rules. Is that correct?
We don't have anything.
I haven't seen a minority report yet.
Okay, well, if there's more than one set, let's just get on and take a vote. Let's vote and stop this right now.
Yeah.
The tape's not available.
Well, that
I
deal
appreciate your
table, we
motion.
still
There's
have to
still
clear
one.
up this motion over here first. So we have to vote yea or nay on his motion, and then we can move to your thing.
Excuse me.
I want to go home sometime.
The gentleman's correct. We do have to complete this motion before we entertain another motion. The motion is to table the bylaws, as I understand it, until the voice recording can be obtained and reviewed. And it was seconded by Ms. Fisher.
Suspend.
Point of order. So if we vote yes on this, it means we cannot hear the minority report or any of the information that Mr. Knight has to present, right?
As I understand it, that is correct.
Point of information, so if we vote no on this and defeat it, then I could stand to make a
Yes.
motion to accept the.
Yes.
That's right. Thank you.
If we vote whatever on this, you can make a motion after it's complete.
That's what I wanted.
Okay. All right. Motion's been made and seconded to suspend the discussion on the bylaws until the voice recording can be obtained and reviewed. And it's been seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
No.
Okay, I don't think I need to do the voice standing vote on that one. All right,
I'd like to make a motion.
state your motion.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the report as written.
Second motion.
Second.
Okay, who seconded it
But
first?
you better clear it.
Rich.
The report from the committee, the entire report from the committee.
Hammond seconded. The motion on the floor now is to move to accept the committee's report as presented by its chairman.
Mr. Chairman,
And it's
again,
been seconded.
Mr. Chairman, I was there, and I'm not too sure as far as, I'm sorry? No, discussion, is it time for discussion?
No,
not yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I was fixing to move that one. Is there any discussion on the motion before we move it for a vote?
Okay.
The chairman,
Point of order.
state your point.
A vote to approve the committee report as written is a vote to approve the rules that were adopted by the majority of the committee. It does not, if you do that, no minority report will be allowed.
I'd like to amend my motion. The motion should be to accept the vote that was recorded in the chairman's report as 3-1.
No, you have to go.
The chairman giving the report has to make a motion to present the report to the body.
Mr. Chairman.
There's been no motion made by the chairman. That would be the next appropriate motion. Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, let me clarify that. It's to accept both reports, the majority and minority reports.
Second.
There's been no minority report to presented to review. There's a point of order from Ms. Fisher on the floor.
I just have a parliamentary question.
Stand up,
As I understand,
Stand up.
yes, I understand that the chairman just presents his report and no comments or anything. Am I right or wrong? And if I'm wrong,
That is correct. The chairman presents the report, makes a motion for its, as required by the rules, makes a motion for presentation for approval. The report's accepted, and then whatever happens next happens next. If there's a minority report, then that
Parliamentary inquiry.
State your inquiry.
Should we not let the chairman finish his entire report before we nitpick and pick it apart as to what happened? He has a full report. He hasn't given his full report yet. His recollection of what happened, his report, what he presents to the floor, and then we have to vote whether we accept the chairman's report or not. And then they can amend or correct it, whatever they want to do, but the man hasn't given his report yet.
We just finished a vote on suspending the subject. It was voted down, and the member is correct.
No.
Mr. Chairman.
The motion that was voted on was the motion to suspend the proceedings on the bylaws report until the vote can be heard. The voice recording can be heard.
I'd like to
hang on.
rescind my motion until after the conclusion of this report.
Correct. There we go.
There's been no vote on the motion. The movement elects to withdraw the motion at this time. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. So the last thing that happened was there was a motion on the floor voted on and voted against to suspend this discussion until we can review the voice vote, the voice recording. At that point in time, it's appropriate to return the floor to the chairman of the committee to complete his report.
Yes.
So it can be presented to the body. You may proceed, Chairman.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, fellow precinct chairman, I did not make a motion for the adoption of the committee report because I find myself in the unusual position of as chairman giving the committee report and now asking your consent to give a minority
Point of
report.
information, please.
Yes.
Is this the report?
Yes.
Have you, Mr. Chairman, have you completed
Yes,
your report?
I completed the rules committee report.
Okay. Okay, have you presented the motion on that report?
No, I have not, because I'm requesting of this executive committee permission to issue a minority report. If you vote, if you have a motion to adopt the committee report at this time, you are in effect adopting the set of rules approved by the rules committee. If you allow a minority report.
There's a point of order, state your point.